Big news and massive one. RB Leipzig have received an improved offer from Newcastle United to sign Benjamin Sesko, according to The Athletic. The Magpies lodged a first bid, believed to be worth £69.8 million, for Sesko on Saturday, but Leipzig felt that was insufficient and rejected it. Now, Eddie Howe's side have come in with a second proposal in the region of £78.4 million including add-ons. It's unknown whether that is going to be enough for the Bundesliga side to accept and allow him to leave. Manchester United have yet to make an offer for the Slovenia international. Newcastle United are tonight pushing hard to agree deal with RB Leipzig for Benjamin Sesko after the Magpies gained encouragement that he would like to join the club, as per the Daily Mail. It's not known what his camp have communicated to Manchester United, and all outcomes are possible, but Newcastle are moving fast to get an agreement reached for the Slovenian international. The Benjamin Sesko transfer battle. Will Newcastle beat Manchester United to their dream striker? Picture this, two of England's biggest football clubs are locked in a transfer battle that could change their entire season. One team is putting their money where their mouth is, making bid after bid. The other? They are still talking about it. Welcome to the Benjamin Sesko transfer saga, where Newcastle United are playing hardball with real cash, while Manchester United are still stuck in the conversation phase. Manchester United's wait-and-see game. Now let's talk about Manchester United. All summer long, we've heard about how manager Ruben Amorim wants to strengthen his attack. Sesko's name has been mentioned countless times as United's top target. But here's the catch: United haven't actually made a bid yet. That's right. While Newcastle have been rejected twice and keep coming back with more money, Manchester United are still in the talking phase. They've been having discussions with RB Leipzig about what they might be willing to pay, but no formal offer has landed on Leipzig's desk. Why is United taking so long? There could be several reasons. Maybe they are trying to negotiate a better deal. Perhaps they are waiting to see what Leipzig's final asking price really is. Or they might be dealing with other transfer business first. But in the transfer market, timing is everything. While United talk, Newcastle act. And that could make all the difference. What does RB Leipzig actually want? Here's the million-dollar question, or should we say, the €80 million question. What will it take for RB Leipzig to let their star striker go? Based on the reports, Leipzig want a package worth more than €80 million, about £69.7 million. That's why they've rejected Newcastle's bid so far, even though the offers have been getting closer to that magic number. But it's not just about the total amount. Leipzig probably want a good chunk of that money up front, not spread out over years in bonuses that might never get paid. They also want to make sure they have enough time to find a replacement. Leipzig aren't desperate to sell. Sesko still has time left on his contract, and they are not a club that needs to balance the books urgently. This puts them in a strong position to demand top dollar. Where does Sesko want to go? This is where things get really interesting. According to the latest reports, Benjamin Sesko is open to both projects. That means he'd be happy to join either Newcastle or Manchester United. On one hand, you have Manchester United, one of the biggest clubs in world football, with a rich history and global fan base. Playing for United means Champions League football, when they qualify, massive exposure, and the chance to become a legend at Old Trafford. On the other hand, Newcastle United offer something different but equally appealing. They are a club on the rise, backed by serious money and serious ambition. Joining Newcastle means being part of something new and exciting, helping to build something special on Tyneside. For a young player like Sesko, both options have their appeal. The question is, which club can offer him the better deal, both financially and in terms of his career development? The numbers game, who can afford what? Let's be honest about something, both Newcastle and Manchester United have serious money. But their approaches to spending are different. Newcastle, backed by their wealthy owners, seem willing to make big splashes in the transfer market. They've already shown they are not afraid to spend big money on the right players. Their approach with Sesko shows they are willing to go all in when they identify a target. Manchester United, meanwhile, have massive revenues but also massive costs. They need to be more careful about how they spend, especially with financial fair play rules getting stricter. This might explain why they're taking a more cautious approach to the Sesko deal. But here's the thing about transfer battles, sometimes it's not about who has more money overall. It's about who's willing to spend it first. What this means for both clubs. If Newcastle managed to sign Sesko, it would be a massive statement. They'd be showing that they can compete with the traditional big clubs for top talent. For Eddie Howe, it would give him the striker he needs to take Newcastle to the next level. Sesko would solve several problems for Newcastle. They need someone who can score goals consistently, lead the line in big games, and give them a different attacking option. At 22, he'd also be a long-term investment, potentially getting better and more valuable over time. For Manchester United, missing out on Sesko could be a real blow. Ruben Amorim clearly wants to improve his attack, and top strikers don't become available very often. If they let Newcastle take Sesko, they might struggle to find an alternative of the same quality. But United shouldn't panic just yet. They still have time to make their move, and their pulling power shouldn't be underestimated. Many players still dream of wearing the famous red shirt. The time factor, why speed matters. In football transfers, timing is crucial. The longer this drags on, the more complicated it becomes for everyone involved. For RB Leipzig, they need to know if Sesko is leaving so they can plan their own transfer business. If he goes, they need time to find and sign a replacement before the season starts properly. For the buying clubs, delay creates risk. Other teams might enter the race. The player might change his mind. The selling club might increase their asking price. Newcastle's approach of making quick, improved bids shows they understand this. They are trying to force a decision before the situation gets even more complicated. What happens next? So where do we go from here? The transfer window is still open, but time is ticking. Newcastle will probably need to increase their offer again if they want to get this deal done. They are clearly serious about signing Sesko, so expect them to keep pushing until they reach Leipzig's asking price. Manchester United face a decision point. Did they jump in with a big bid to challenge Newcastle? Or do they look elsewhere for their striker needs? The longer they wait, the stronger Newcastle's position becomes. RB Leipzig hold all the cards right now. They can wait for the best offer, knowing that both clubs desperately want their player. As for Sesko himself, he's probably enjoying the attention while trying to stay focused on his football. Being wanted by two big Premier League clubs isn't the worst problem to have.